Okay, so we're back at TechBITE Demo Day at KX Knowledge Xchange in Bangkok, and I have with me
Cass from Whatnot.
And
Mina from BOL.
It is great to have both of you here. What did you think of today's presentations? I thought they were actually really good. I think getting up on stage and presenting in and of itself is a bit of a success. What do you think?
I completely agree. Pitching in any capacity is incredibly intimidating, but I
really
feel
is.
like all the teams did a great job, and it's actually really refreshing to see new ideas.
Yeah, I've been in Bangkok for 4 years now, and I've been participating or like seeing or viewing these kind of competitions for startups for all of these 4 years. And I can say that every single year it's been better and better and better.
Agreed. And I'm always amazed. So I've lived out of my home country for over 30 years. And when I think about presenting a complex idea in a language that's not my native language, it's really intimidating. It's like double intimidating. And when I watch what those teams did today, I'm blown away. Here's what I want to ask though. What do you think is harder to do when you're looking at a startup, figuring out if it's going to fail or figuring out if it's going to succeed?
For me, I would say it's much harder to figure out which one is going to succeed. First of all, if you just look at the statistics, right? One in how many ever thousand companies or startups fail.
Right.
Right? So in order to figure out which company succeeds, it's just a big complex blend of the team, as well as the idea, as well as the potential, and just the timing of everything. So there's an element of luck in there that just throws
Definitely.
everything into, throw of the dice sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit of disarray.
Yeah.
So I think that there are some telltale signs, right? And I think all of us, if you take our accumulated experience of talking to startups, I think there's some real telltale signs. Maybe I would call them red flags about things that I look for to definitely know that a startup is going to fail. What do you think, Kes?
Yeah, I fully agree. I think that just due to the fact of, as you mentioned, how much of success is luck.
Yeah.
The right timing, the right, the right environment. It's just impossible to be 100% sure that, these guys are going to succeed. You can say that, okay, these guys are going to do really well because they seem to be unstoppable.
Right.
But it's much easier to basically determine that it's very unlikely that someone is actually going to get lucky.
I agree. But also I think there are exogenous factors, things that cannot be controlled, where even if someone looks like they're going to win that race, something can come in and just derail them. But I think it's way more obvious for me when I look at a startup and think, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think?
I feel like with startups, sometimes it's reliant on gut feeling, that's for sure.
Right.
But then on the other hand, I feel like sometimes the industry that they're in, the idea that they're pitching, there
Right.
might be statistics or competitors or things that you can research beforehand. So those things could definitely be indicators of certain red flags.
Right. And I want to go on record as saying that I think having a face-to-face, one-on-one conversation with the founder or with somebody in the sweet seat of that team can really change your mind. And I'll say this because we were having this discussion earlier about the teams today. And I had a face-to-face with one of the teams and I changed my mind.
Oh, wow. Game changer. Yeah.
I really did. I really did. What do you think, Kes?
Yeah, I agree. I think that pitching is such a weird way of...
It's kind of an unnatural way to describe something,
you have
right?
to pack so much information. And I myself, I understand how difficult it is when you're thinking about an idea and you're working on it for 6 months, a
Right.
year, 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
And then you have to pack it into like a 10-minute pitch with 10 slides, which have to cover all of it.
Everything.
I think it's kind of an art. Some people are very good at it and they have shitty ideas, no substance.
Right. But it's a good pitch.
But it's an amazing pitch. Like, I'm gonna change the world.
Right.
You will not, forget my name. And you're like, wow, this guy, has it. And then you start to talk to them one-on-one, and then you understand that there's no substance. It's all of it is just like a fact,
So this
like
is
a
why
front.
I think that this is why I hate like the 3-minute pitch, the elevator pitch, because I think developing that thought over time, which is the way a company develops anyway, is more relevant and more important for decision making, particularly from an investment standpoint, than any 10-minute pitch could ever be.
Yeah, but you still have to do it. I think that one way or another, you're gonna have to pitch to people where you won't have an opportunity to get a one-on-one unless your pitch is good.
I agree, but I think even if you lose the pitching competition, you can still win the long game.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Agreed.
That's definitely like winning the pitch is not everything.